What is possible? It's the Sasha here. Welcome back to another video today, and thank you for being patient. And I just want to say that I enjoyed having my break recently. That was really relaxing, but I'm not sure if you see, I still have like some eye boogers and such. That just goes to show how I'm doing, I guess. No, I don't know. No, I'm doing good though. So in case y'all were wondering, I don't know. But anyways, we are going to do some things different. Well, it's not today, not starting with this video, but next video, it's kind of like going to be like a retrospect type of video. So expect that tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow, or at the very most January 1st, hopefully, crossing fingers. But I'm just going to try some things different. I said I was, and I never really committed to that. So hopefully this time I'm going to try to commit to that. And I got inspiration for some of these things, but I'll tell you about that in another video, because right now we're going to play this demo. And this game's called Nightshade, in case you couldn't tell. It's called Nightshade. It's a cyberpunk, and no, it's not that cyberpunk. I know what you're thinking, but it is taking place like in a cyberpunk type of environment, if you will. I mean, I love the environment. I mean, seriously, like it's like some of my favorite movies. Blade Runner 2077, or no, that's Cyberpunk 2077. I get it confused when numbers are involved. I'm just like, wait, was it 2049? I think it's 2049. But I love the Blade Runner movies. It's seriously some of my favorite movies ever. And then like I'm liking Cyberpunk. I haven't had the bugs, like the groundbreaking bugs, like maybe most people have. I don't know, but I am enjoying from what I'm playing so far. Anyways, though, what I'm trying to say here is that I really love the environment. It's not only that, but also like Alita Battle Angel. That's another one. Like any of those environments, they're just really attractive to me somehow. Like it's aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, this one's called Nightshade. It is a BL demo. We're gonna play it. It's very short, so I'm giving you guys a heads up. And there's only 9 days left to help the Kickstarter out, which again, you can check it out on Kickstarter. The link will be in the description box down below. Of course, you can try the demo as well, and you can click on this to take you to the Kickstarter. But there's 9 days left, maybe 8 days by this point when this video comes up, of the Kickstarter, and I highly recommend you guys to support it, because this is a game I love to see. I believe they're $10,000 away from the goal.
Why would a person take someone's life?
Alright, look, there's animation. That's looking cool. And it looks beautiful from what I've seen. The CGs and everything.
Who knows? Maybe people make a living off that sort of thing.
And there's animation.
Why? What's eating you?
I get a little bit Takano no Chi vibes. Even though it's not Takano no Chi, maybe a Kiki. Hey, Takano no Chi is
nothing
sort of
really
cyberpunky.
Just a passing thought.
I mean, that does look like Akita's dagger.
Speaking of, I'm hungry. Let's go get something.
I really hope this game gets funded, though.
Maybe later tonight.
Like, this game looks
I've got
awesome.
somewhere I've got to be.
You're the drug. I should have asked. I didn't get a chance to ask, but I should ask the creators, like, were they inspired by like Takano no Chi in some way? Like, I wouldn't be surprised for obvious reasons, but I mean, because I can't think. Is there another BL game that's like, I mean, what, Dramatical Murder? Would that be count cyberpunky? I don't know. Probably, honestly. But anyways. Beep. High above the restless heartbeat of the city, a cloaked stranger crouched near the edge of a towering skyscraper. Strands of bright pink hair almost grazed the dark skyline above and were jostled as a gust of wind blew them about. His steeled gaze were steadied onto the glow of the traffic and the bustling commotion below. It was as if he was waiting, watching, searching for something or someone. Something down there suddenly caught his eye. The masked stranger reached into his back pocket and pulled out a phone. He glanced at the bright screen, assessing the information that came through. Target located. Wordlessly, the man slid the phone back into his pocket. Without hesitation, he quickly turned and disappeared down the fire escape, quiet and precise. The sound of a labored breathing echoed through the alleyway as a frightened man staggered to his feet near a dumpster. Oh, here we go. I mean, to be fair, in environments like this, something always happens in back alleys, but also in BL games as well, so we get a double whammy. Shadows were cast along brick walls, adorned in ripped posters and haphazard graffiti. One shadow stalked the other from the cover of darkness, quietly approaching. Paranoia is beginning to set in like the slow push of a syringe. What was that? The man gripped at his chest in fear. His voice cracked with the pressure of panic. Beads of sweat trickled down his furrowed brow. His wide-eyed gaze glanced around his surroundings frantically. He was being hunted. No, wait!
No!
Rip in pieces. Oh, I just noticed that the daylight and... I wonder how that's gonna work. I saw it on the bottom right. Yeah. Anyways, the light from the fluorescence overhead gave off a gentle buzzing noise, filling the silence between the cashier and the young man at the counter who was obnoxiously taking a very long time to order his food. Something about the way the lazily swept floor and water-stained ceiling tiles were left carelessly unattended to suggest that this place was the place for, or the place, as to say, for peak junk food. It was without fail Sasha's favorite burger joint in the entire city. I mean, how come Sasha and meat always goes hand in hand? If you understand my reference, but if this is how he died, greasy burger in hand, then he was happy to go. The cashier cleared her throat impatiently. Finally, after what seemed like forever, Sasha tapped his fingers on the countertop and began his order. I'll have a imposter burger. How come that sounds familiar? Imposter burger. How come that sounds familiar? Oh man, because I'm thinking of the Impossible Burger, or I don't know. Big old beef sounds familiar too for some reason. Like, okay, this might sound weird, onion death, but the middle option kind of reminds me of what was that game, Planet Coaster? Because I forgot what that mascot name is. It's like something beef. I can't remember his name. And then Imposter Burger, I don't know, maybe it's because it sounds like Impossible Burger. Maybe that's why it sounds familiar. Or Imposter Burger reminds me of something from Persona 5. I can't remember what that burger was, but well, let's go with Imposter Burger. That was the first thing that caught my mind. I'll have the Imposter Burger, no lettuce. Okay, that will be 460p.
Okay.
Yeah, here you go. See you later. Sasha handed over the money and pocketed the change that came after. Later, Sasha. The cashier set his go-to bag on the countertop and gave him a quick finger gun goodbye. He swiped the goods and headed out the hole in the wall, impatiently digging into the paper bag to retrieve and unwrap his burger. Without a second to lose, Sasha shoved the burger into his mouth, chewing delightfully. Nice. Oh man, this is the best. Night had settled over the city and painted the buildings in purple and blue hues. A string of streetlights led to a path down the empty side street, guiding pedestrians home from their busy day. Sasha, with his burger in hand, passed by a collection of vending machines near an alley intersection. Oh, I thought he was like nude for a second, like top nude. His free hand dug into his pocket and pulled out whatever he could find. He didn't have enough change for cola, and lint was not a good currency. Oh man. With the defeated side, Sasha continued on. It wasn't often that Sasha walked this way when heading home. The familiarity of rundown infrastructures and the architectural melting pot that was the city, however, was always a welcoming sight. Sasha glanced over at a small playground near the side street he continued down, noticing the way the greenery had started to overgrow certain structures and how very neglected it all seemed. He grinned. Wow, I haven't walked this way in forever. I used to come here all the time. Nostalgia nudged at him as he drew closer to the playground, taking in the familiar sight curiously. I played at this park every day after school. Not that there's really much to play with. The playground looked exactly the same as it always has. Just a big empty dirt lot. Well, and the swings and, one busted side and the monkey bars I fell off once. Sasha walked over to the empty swings and slowly sat down, unwrapping the rest of the burger for easier access. He took another bite and looked around at the desolate playscape. His other hand grabbed onto the rusted chain that held him up while he swung back and forth for a bit. Honestly though, this part kinda sucks. I'm surprised this place wasn't bulldozed for apartments or something. Kids didn't really play here back then, and they still don't. I mean, look at this place. He laughed to himself gently, taking another bite of the burger. He was far too hungry to wait until he got all the way home to finish eating. You can say someone's definitely hungry for sure meat. Okay, yeah, but oh yeah, I forgot to mention this is an 18+ visual novel too, so keep that in mind. Just giving you guys a heads up on that because I didn't make that clear. Because I know Silver Blue is like one of those few exceptions on our channel at least that wasn't an 18+ game. Wait, hold up, we got what the phone? Oh, that's really cool. Message or is it? Oh, okay. The more you know. I was like, wait, hold on, I just noticed that. It's pretty much just a place for teens to smoke and skip class. I mean, even I did it. Back then, there wasn't a lot of kids to hang out with, really. I guess Mishka was there after a while, but he doesn't count. Flashback. Aw, but it's whatever. It beats sitting in an empty apartment every night. Sasha dug the tip of his shoe into the mulch beneath them, lost in thought, momentarily forgetting the world around him while memories played out in his mind. Usually I stayed out pretty late, but when the sun disappeared behind the Kushkofia near the school, I'd head home. Walking home alone was fine since we didn't live very far. Plus, there was this little corner store right by our apartment that I always stopped in. That place was loaded. Like, I could grab dinner for me and my mom when she worked late. I'd also pick her up some of the apple pirzokis she loves so much. I swear, sugar runs through her veins. Probably where I got it. Still, she still can't stay mad at me if we give her one of those. The fondness he felt made him grin at his feet. Man, time really flies. I had someone come to the door. Sorry about that. But anyways, we move on. Sasha, startled by the sound of his phone buzzing away in his pocket, reached into his jacket and pulled out the device. Oh, that's cool. Hey man, Alexei gave me this number and said if I wanted him to meet up with you. Is that good? My place is my place or yours, lols.
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck. Yeah, that's all fucked, definitely. That's always sketchy. Who's this? I only meet up in public. When do you want it? I'm off the clock. Let's go with that. Who is this? I only meet you up in public. When do you want it? Taryn, and how's tomorrow night at Jukebox? The 40 night, lol. Okay, meet at the bar at 10. He shoved his phone back into his pocket, feeling of irritation pushing his brows into a furrow. Just give my number to anyone. That's fine. Totally not creepy at all. The earlier feeling of fondness had melted into agitation. Sasha crumpled the burger wrapped into a small ball and tossed it into a recycle can as he stood from the swing. Getting really late now. I should probably get going. He glanced over his shoulder at the empty street behind him, a small chill prickling at the back of his neck. Yeah, it was time to go. And it's a back alley. It's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. Not only it's a Cyberpunk game, but it's also a BL game. Back alleys are like the places you don't go to because something's happening. The street lights began to spread out the further he walked, becoming less and less frequent along the way. The darker the path became, the more Sasha found himself glancing over his shoulder, his hands shoved into his pockets. His pace quickened, not even bothering to stop when he passed the corner store, despite the aroma of apple pirzokis. I wish I knew how to pronounce it. I'm almost done with Yuri on Ice rewatching it again, and I need to hear how they say it. Piroskis? I don't know, but neon signs flickered irregularly in the windows of establishments that were closed for the evening. The occasional cemeterian became few and far between. Sasha looked up and noticed he was approaching his apartment building, a newfound urgency ballooning in his chest. Keys. Where were his keys? Files beat against the corridor light bulb behind him. Sasha stood in front of his apartment door. His hands fumbled for the keys he knew he had to be somewhere on him. He sighed with relief when he felt them and quickly moved to shove the small key into the dead bolt. There was no unlocking sound. Sasha's heart fell into his stomach. Did I need this unlocked? I could have sworn I locked it. His heart raced in his chest. As quiet and carefully as he could, Sasha placed his hand on the middle of the door and pushed. It opened a crack and gradually created a space big enough for him to slide through. His eyes were wide in the darkness of a small studio apartment, trying to adjust as best as they could. He reached over and quietly set the keys onto the TV stand next to him. Something had fallen over and it sounded like it came from nearby. He turned his head in the direction of the noise, now noticing the light that illuminated from the small bathroom tucked away in his closet. A spike of panic sent a burning, ragged sensation along his arms and gripped at his chest tightly. Weapon. He needed a weapon. As quietly as he could, Sasha reached into a drawer near the TV stand. His fingers tightly gripped his knife he pulled out. It was almost impossible to calm the heartbeat he could practically feel in his throat. He took a few steps forward, holding the knife close. He was closing in on the bathroom door, heart pounding. Every hair on the back of his neck stood on end. His knuckles almost white with how tightly he held his weapon. The other hand lifted and pressed against the middle of the bathroom door. He tried to still his breathing with one let's just go. He tried to slow his breathing with one slow, shaky exhale. Suddenly, he shoved the door to the bathroom with all his might. I am here. Okay, and with his other hand, lunged forward.
Did you really think you'd win in a knife fight against me? Sasha.
Ooh, we got a cocky son of a gun here. And it looks like someone they knew. And there it is. That is Nightshade for you awesome ones. You're the drug. I like that tagline though. You're the drug. I mean, that should have been the tagline for the Ganu no Chi as well. Well, that would have been kind of spoiler-ish, I guess, in a way. But if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But obviously, because, you know, we're talking about the true ending here. But anyways, that is it for Nightshade. I did hope you enjoyed this awesome ones. If you did, check out the demo. The demo link is in the description box down below. And of course, the Kickstarter is also available in the description box down below. Again, there's only about 9 to 8 days left, depending on when this video comes out. Maybe even 7. Hopefully, it doesn't get to that point. There's only, you know, a little more than a week available left for this game to be up on Kickstarter. And there's still $10,000 away. A little less, I think, than $10,000. But there's not that much time. I highly recommend to support this because I am definitely excited for this. Like legitimately, I'm actually like really excited because it's just a different environment. Well, I say different. I just literally talked about, but it's been a very long time since we played like a game that took place in like in a cyberpunkish environment, if you will. And I really, really want to go back into that environment again because I think the Ganu no Chi would count as well as Dramatical Murder, but I haven't played those in like years. Like probably, well, I played Ganu no Chi kind of recently, like a year ago maybe. I can't remember. It's been a long year, as everyone can tell. And last time I played Dramatical Murder was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, so it's like, yeah, I of course want to jump back into it. And it's awesome too, like having this and like Cyberpunk at the same time. It's like I'm hyped. And again, like Blade Runner is amazing too. Like by the way, if you haven't tried the Blade Runner anime, I think it's on Crunchyroll. It's like a short movie, really great. If you love Blade Runner, check that out. I feel like that definitely gets overlooked, or just maybe not noticed at all, but really great. And also like the Blade Runner movies in general are just phenomenal in my opinion. But anyways, that is Nightshade. I do hope you enjoy. If you did, leave a like and share the video. Enjoyed. Don't forget to maybe coming out someday. I'll see you guys later with another video tomorrow. So look forward to that. Hopefully tomorrow again at most January 1st. We'll see. It's going. I have a retrospect video and then like I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it in that video. I want to leave out this one. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later, okay? Love you, and don't forget to stay awesome.